back here for round 4. Had a technical difficulty with round 3, unfortunately, and video card crashed and corrupted most of the file. But to give you a recap, I played against Black-White Control and kind of had some difficulty to getting just worn out, being forced to run into sweepers. Thought his Lieutenant Lambhole Pacifist are a little anemic against Planeswalkers and things along those lines, but played a pretty close game 2, but ended up dying to the Ormondal, as you probably saw at the end. But back here for round 4, our opponent took a mulligan, and our hand looks pretty good, so we're going to keep. And a mulligan to 5 as well. Ooh, humans, maybe the boss variety. A little bit of a rematch from the Open Finals. I've seen worse draws on a mulligan to 5, that's for sure. So we're just going to play this Thalia's Lieutenant, probably try to catch up with Reflector Mage on the following turn, and then Tramoka's Command. I think if they offer the trade, I will definitely take it. Alright, that works for me. Can definitely sympathize with the fact that they probably feel like they just have to get super aggressive since they have so few resources. Makes sense. Just gonna play my Pacifist and sit. I think the fact that they stoned our Thalia's Lieutenant gives me the impression that they feel like they have to be super aggressive, which they probably do, and so might be able to actually get 2 full cards off this Tramoka's Command rather than just counter-fighting something and passing. And we don't lose much if our opponent decides not to attack. I will just take this opportunity to kill Kythian. Oh, but I don't even have green mana up because I'm really dumb. So, didn't even realize that. There we go. Now I think I want to play a tracker and then trigger this tracker with my Yavimaya Coast and counterfight Kythian. Although if our opponent really wants to flip Kythian, then we can probably just kill a bunch of creatures in combat, so seems fine just to wait here as well. And it looks like they do want to get involved in combat. Oh gosh. Alright. Do we need to do something right now? So Insider Rival is going to attack, and it's a 3/4. So we can like counterfight Lambhole Pacifist. I don't think we need to make a move yet. Maybe we do. Alright, I'm gonna counterfight Put a counter on the pacifist. Or maybe I should put a counter on the tracker, because 3 toughness is kind of negates the Thraben Inspector, so we can kill this. This has to attack. Kithian's going to attack, and then it's one of these two. But Tireless Tracker can also just keep growing. Yeah, I think I'm just going to have Tireless Tracker trade with Inside of Rebel, so put a counter here. Have this fight Knight of the White Orchid. Alright, and I will trade these 2 creatures. Or is it just too important that I actually have Gideon? Let's see. So our opponent could just protect with the +1 ability. So I think this is just better actually, just to trade off things. Checks out. I'm just going to play my Displacer and my Pacifist. Yep. And sure, I don't want to go to 4 with when I'm facing down Needle Spires. So that's gonna flip. Oh wow, that was really great. Alright, I'm gonna counterfight. Here. Send both at Gideon. Our opponent put us under a ton of pressure for mulligan to 5 and drawing that many lands. That was an impressive display for sure. Bring in 2 Declaration Stone, the Linvala. Even though Linvala might be too slow. Profane of the Dead seems sweet. Bring in this Graph Maul too. Board out this Ojutai Command. Duskwatch Recruiters. And a Displacer, I guess. Maybe Linval is just too slow, especially on the draw. We can board out a Tracker. I guess I'm just taking out too many cards now. Yeah, I guess Displacer's fine. Sure, why the heck not? We'll try out this Linvala. Linvala is just too sweet. I actually find these kinds of matchups super interesting, even though they're kind of decided in the first couple turns of the game, just attacking and blocking correctly and trying to manage what your opponent's doing the other side, and the humans player has to make the right attacks and not throw away board position. It's all pretty intricate actually. Ooh, on the draw, a Naked Lieutenant, a Profaner we can't cast, and a Tracker, which is not a great blocker. I think this is a mulligan. Okay, this is much better. And I don't think we need that land. Can like fetch island, play village reveal plains, play pacifist, and then have command up on 3 if we need to. Okay. Turn 1 Kithian's pretty scary. Well, I'd rather that than Kithian be threatening to flip on the next turn, so cool with me, I guess. Our pacifist should brick Gossip Monger for a turn, hopefully. Unless that happens. Ooh, just flip a go. Interesting. So there's no way that we can have double Dramoka's command available because of the island, which maybe means this was just a mistake. So I'm going to get Tireless Tracker on the battlefield, have Wilds available to crack, and probably have command like sack fight something. And if our opponent sacrifices Growthspoon, then we have like a decent block, I suppose. Definitely not blocking, it's just too important that we actually have a creature. Another command, wow. So what is the best way to maximize these Dramoka's commands? So if we counterfight now, then it's definitely much harder for... I guess we can counterfight the Rabble, and then... Because even if we counterfight the Knight, Rabble can still attack, and our opponent can just pump it. And it's going to take 2 turns for us to be able to like trap him, so to speak, into suiciding the inside of Rabble, so... I think that's just too long. I think it's just better to take this fight while we can, and then our Tireless Tracker should blank this Knight. Okay. That didn't work out. Oh man. Oh gosh. Any double spell turn like that is just brutal. So my intention here is to make our opponent sacrifice an enchantment and fight the Thalia's Lieutenant. Oh, and I can't do this now because Thalia's Lieutenant will become a 2/2. Have to jump here, go to 1. And now we can just die probably. I guess Reflector Mage is the best card to hit, so should sack a clue. Missed. Yeah, we're dead. On the play, I think I like this command better. So we'll try that. I do apologize for this preview card debacle. This hand is so slow. Definitely couldn't keep this on the draw, but I'm going to try it on the play. I'm not actually sure Profaner's good, but it seems sweet. Make sure I know exactly what it does. Yeah, it's toughness less. Okay. Next turn I'm going to play my Yavimaya Coast to the island because of kind of what we saw the previous game where I couldn't double command off the basic island. That ended up being relevant. Or potentially relevant at least. Alright, I might be able to beat this. Especially the Collected Company. Our opponent plays Always Watching. We're going to be in a pretty interesting situation next turn. So we can like play land, pass, leave up, like put a counter on tracker, make them sacrifice an enchantment, then like block here. Or we could even like crack Clue, go sack enchantment, fight. That actually seems much better. So I would probably do that. Silk Wrap. What a jerk. And the boon. My command book looks much worse now. Alright, I think our Collected Company is just going to have to be good. Okay, just that. Seems smart. Okay, only hit one creature, but it was a Reflector Mage, which is not bad. Oop, I guess I gotta put these things on the bottom, don't I? So now our Jamoka's command is quite good. So we can go sack an enchantment, fight this, and we either get back our Tireless Tracker, or we just get a clean kill on the Always Watching, so. And either one of these, I'm fine with. I guess I should attack first. That makes sense. So they do block, then we can go sack an enchantment, put a counter on this. And otherwise we just get 2 free points of damage, so. Either one of these scenarios is pretty good for us. Okay. Not too surprising, but I'm happy to get Always Watching off the battlefield. Tracker. One card in our opponent's hand. I think it's actually very close whether Tracker get a clue, sacrifice it, or Company is better on this board, but maybe even just Company hold our land is better. I think I actually like that. Animate Needle Spire? Wow. So I can let my opponent attack me and then Coco, or I can do it now, and if I hit a Reflector Mage, then I can bounce the Needle Spire, which would make our opponent unable to transform Gossip Monger and just make an attack with a 2/2. So I think I want to do it now. Perfect. Okay. Been a little while since we had a great collected company, but that definitely fits the bill. Guess I could hit the Raven Inspector, would actually be pretty good, so maybe it's worth it just to do this. The Graph Hole. Oh, I'm gonna live the dream. And I definitely just want to put as much pressure on my opponent as possible right now. Alright, and opponent drew a few too many lands that game as well, I would say. So, a couple turns we were able to like collect a company, and the turn that we were able to use Dremeka's command to get the Always Watching and the Next Position Envoy was a little too backbreaking, but be back for round 5.